What's up guys, Clov here once again and welcome back to Overwatch. Today I would like to talk about what it is being like level 100 plus in Overwatch and how the experience varies from below this margin. The reason I'm making this video is because I was pretty curious myself. How much does it take to get to level 100? What do you get for prestiging? Are the games more balanced, more challenging? I'd like to answer all of those questions for you guys, now being about level 122. So let's start off with the numbers. How long did it take me to get to level 100? I have recorded all of the relevant statistics on July 24th, which means it took me exactly 2 months post-launch to hit level 100. I have spent 95 hours in quick play, played 741 games in 388 of which I ended up being victorious. During those games I collected 1,816 medals, including 563 golds, 628 silvers and 625 bronzes. Do keep in mind that victories and high rating medals give you more bonus XP, so given the amount of medals I got, you can tell that I'm right about your average Joe, not an expert who wins every single game with 5 gold medals. However, in those 2 months I've also spent 11 hours in ranked play, played 51 matches of which I've won 31. During those games I've collected 48 gold medals, 45 silvers and 61 bronzes. I have not played against AIs or in custom games during my playtime, which means I've spent a total of 106 hours in game. In my 2 months of playtime, I have obviously leveled up 99 times, granting me 99 loot boxes. I've collected 284 out of 1,211 collectibles. This is excluding player portraits and 10 loot boxes I've been saving up for an unboxing video at the time. I've obtained 12 legendary skins in total, how many of which I bought with the in-game currency and how many I got straight from boxes I cannot recall, but if you're curious, every single loot box unboxing can be found in my Overwatch playlist, which is down in the description below. Getting back to the numbers from earlier regarding how long it took me to get to level 100, I'd like to share a couple of variables. First off, if you play with just one buddy in your party, you will be getting a 20% experience boost, something I have not taken advantage of most of the time. I feel like this is representable of the average gamer who picks this game up and will spend most of his time solo queuing. But yeah, if you were to play this with friends most of the time, you'd be leveling up a fair bit faster. And also about the amount of time this took out of my average day. For most of those 2 months I've been playing the game very casually for no longer than 2 hours a day, some days not playing at all, up until about 1.5 months post-launch where I started playing much more excessively for about 2 weeks. So to break this down, if you, as an average player with an average performance, were to play this game for about an hour a day in solo queue, it would take you about 3.5 months to get to level 100, you would have collected about 1/4 of all the cosmetics available in the game without spending a single penny on in-game transactions, and you would more than likely own a majority of skins you desire with a decent amount of legendaries. Obviously, all of this is based off of my own statistics, so your mileage may vary. But let's move on to the next topic. What happens after level 100? Looking at your XP bar, the game does not tell you X amount until level 101. It tells you promotion. Prestige is not something you toggle or allow the game to do, unlike in other games where prestiging is tied to a loss of progression in form of items or skills you have unlocked. Since leveling up is necessary in Overwatch to progress at all, the progression being the acquisition of cosmetics through loot boxes you get once per level, it's not like you have a choice in the matter. While I was a little sad to lose the sick portrait background I've worked for so hard, seeing the little star instead that shows people how much of my life I have wasted on this game is a good substitute, I guess. Now let's compare the quality of games and my experience with games before and after hitting level 100. Before prestiging, I found myself in very weirdly balanced games. You can tell that every so often there's this one level 88 dude that finally got his mate to buy Overwatch, so they queue together and confuse the ever-living hell out of matchmaking. Due to this, I found myself in games with low level guys very frequently, matches with everyone being level 80 plus being extremely rare. After hitting level 100 and beyond, I immediately found myself in games where everyone was at least level 90, the majority of which had already prestiged at least once or twice. Of course, I still occasionally saw that one level 30 guy in my matches, and if playing at odd times, I was the odd level 105 guy playing with 40s, because people of my level range were just not to be found, but again, those are much more rare after level 100. The quality of games has definitely improved, given that everyone spent upwards from 75 hours to get to this level bracket. People are usually relatively competent. Seeing people who really just don't know at all what they're doing happens much more rarely, as most people at least tried every single hero in the game at this point already. As for balance, it's the same spiel as before. Some games are an absolute stomp on either side, some games are much tighter, nothing changed. And as for the people I encounter, you will encounter the same shitloads you've seen before, the funniest of which are the quick play tryhards. I'm sorry, but now that I'm playing ranked, I have an environment in which tryharding makes sense for me, so if I feel like goofing off in quick play, trying out heroes I don't usually play or wanted to experiment, and find out what happens if I nano boost a Winston, well, that's that. I apologize to every quick player who doesn't like ranked and is queuing with me. I usually just play whatever I feel like playing or practice certain heroes for ranked, and I usually have text chat muted, so... But anyway, I digress. One last thing I would like to bring up is that you really don't have to get scared of people who hit level 200 or 300 already. I learned very quickly that after hitting level 100, you pretty much know everything you need to know to do well in quick play. Level 200s and 300s are not necessarily better than level 100 guy. Hell, I've even seen some that were absolute garbage, so don't get scared of levels, guys. And I guess this wraps it up for today. For everyone curious, here's a breakdown of my current statistics at the time of me making this video, and a link to my MasterOverwatch page can be found in the description below, so you all can keep track on how very average my performance is. For everyone else, thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to drop me a like on your way out if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I hope to see you guys next time.